When you create measures in Power Pivot, you can run into unexpected problems when you use functions such as sum or count. In this movie, I'll show you how to avoid those issues by using aggregate functions such as sumx and countx. So to begin, let's go into Power Pivot, click the Power Pivot tab on the ribbon, and then the Power Pivot window button, and our data reappears inside of Power Pivot. Now, in the previous movie, I showed you how to create a calculated column and a measure. The difference between the two is that a calculated column uses values within a table row to generate its result, while a measure summarizes the values for an entire column. This data model has two columns, price and quantity, that I can use to calculate a total. I can, if I want, create a calculated column, such as by adding a formula equal, and I'm just repeating what I did from the previous movie, left square bracket, price, multiplied by, again, left square bracket and a Q for quantity, press tab to accept it, and press enter. So there is my calculated column, and I won't bother renaming it this time. Now, if I want to create a measure from those two columns, I need to create a pivot table and then create the measure. So to do that, I click the pivot table button and put it on the new worksheet, click OK, and I get my new pivot table. Now let's say that I want to create a new measure called order total. To do that, I click the New Measure button, and then I'll change the name of the measure to Order Total. And you don't have to start with a capital letter. I just do it out of convention. And then we can create the formula. So I'll click in the formula box, and this formula will generate an error. So it's equal sum, left parentheses data, left square bracket price. So I'll start with a P and select that total, type in asterisk, and then type in data and a left square bracket and then Q for quantity. Press tab to accept the field, right parentheses to close the formula, and click OK. Now you can see when I did that I got an error. In other words, it says the calculation has been aborted, and the error message says that the sum function only accepts a column reference as an argument. So that means that I need to go in and to change the formula. So I will right-click the order total field name here in the field list and click Edit Formula. So the formula that I'm going to create is called an aggregate formula. And the syntax is the function name followed by an X, then the table name, and then the expression. So in this case, the formula that I want to create is equal sum X, left parentheses, and then data, which is the name of the table, then a comma, then I can create the expression. And the expression will be what I created before. So the data table, left parentheses, and then price, typing a P, and then pressing tab to accept it, then an asterisk, and then now we want the quantity column from the data table. So that would be data, left square bracket, and then a Q for quantity, and then press tab to accept it, and then a right parentheses to close the formula. Now when I click OK, Excel finds the value and the formula operates normally. So once again, let's go back into the measure. So with the measure selected, you can click Measure Settings to display the Measure Settings dialog box. And the formula reads sum X, and then the name of the table, and then the expression that uses values from within that table. I don't want to make any changes, so I'll click Cancel. In addition to the sumx formula, you can create countx, countax, averagex, maxx, and minx functions, which correspond to the count, counta, average, max, and min worksheet functions. Aggregate functions let you summarize data by creating measures using values from multiple columns within a data model. If you can't get the calculation you want by using a regular function such as sum, consider using its aggregate counterpart.